Good evening, everybody. We have the agenda review session for Wednesday, January 4th, 2017, New Brunswick City Council. We have resolutions. 701, re-adopt 2017 meeting schedule. 702, designation of official newspaper for 2017. 703, council designation of liaisons to various authorities, boards, and commissions for 2017. Board of Education, Council Member Glenn Fleming. Housing Authority, Council Member Rebecca Escobar. Human Relations, Council Member John Anderson. Parking Authority, Council Member Kevin Egan. Citizens Recreation, Council Member Glenn Fleming. 704, designation of Council Member to Planning Board. 2017, Council Member Suzanne Sikora Ludwig. 704, designated council member to the Board of Directors of City Market Incorporated for 2017, Council Member John Anderson. 706, approve 2017 temporary city budget. 707, designation of bank depositories and cash management plan for 2017. 708, fixed interest rate on delinquent taxes and water and sewer charges for 2017. 709, authorize cancellation of tax delinquencies of less than $10 in 2017. 710, authorize direct mailing charges and costs associated with tax sale. 711, authorize chief financial officer to sell bond anticipation or capital notes at private sale for 2017. 712, authorize tax collector to make tax refunds less than $10 for 2017. 713, authorize city engineer to execute land use regulatory permit 1, TWA forms and soil erosion and sediment control applications in 2017. 714, authorize city engineer and mayor to execute right of entry permit forms in 2017. 15, authorize city engineer to execute hold harmless indemnity agreements in 2017. 16, authorize tax assessor to file tax appeals with special counsel file counterclaims before the Middlesex County Tax Board or the New Jersey Tax Board. 17, designate public agency compliance officer Marie James for 2017. 18, resolution authorizing contracts with certain approved state contract vendors for contracting units pursuant to NJSA 40A, 11, 12A, by the purchasing unit. 719, authorize advertisement and receipt of bids for various goods, supplies, and services in 2017. 720, authorize city engineer to sign site indemnification project documents submitted to NJDEP. 721, advising consent to traffic commission board reappointment. Carol Rayside, expires December 31st, 2019, 3-year term. 722, advising consent to park authority board, Edwin Keefe, December 31st, 2021, 5 years. 723, advising consent to construction board of appeals appointment, Cesar Ovando, December 31st, 2018. 724, advising consent to cable television citizen advisory committee reappointments and appointments. Bobby Virgil, expires December 31st, 2019, 3-year. Robert Belvin, December 31st, 2017, 1 year. Ashley Kaplan, December 31st, 2017. Evan Abramson, December 31st, 2017, 1 year. 25, approve agenda amendments. 726, authorize refund for redeemed tax sale certificates. 727, advise and consent to library board of trustee reappointment and appointment. Named Benito Ortiz, expires December 31st, 2021. 5-year. Named Nicole Tracy, expires December 31st, 2021. 728, advise and consent to Parks and Gardens Commission reappointment and appointments. Vince Rafiki, December 31st, 2019, 3-year. Maria Chiquito, 2019, 3-year. Judith Dorica, 3-year, 2019. Eva Sumano, December 31st, 2017. 729, authorized tax collector to cancel certificate 160317 against block 296.01. Lot 101, qualifier C0607-607, Evergreen Drive, and refund Joel Mayer, the lien holder. Report of correspondence by city clerk. Thank you. Now call the meeting to order.
I want to do the reorganization
Yes.
first, Mr. Regan, and then you'll call the meeting to order on the reorganization.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we're gonna have the reorganization matters.
We'll do the swearing in.
Swear to me.
What's the name nomination?
We're going to swear in the council members first.
Yes, hold on, new council members, okay.
All right. The first one we'll do is Mr. Fleming.
Mr. Fleming, ready? Is
Can I
your
go
group
last?
here? You can go last.
I can go last,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Let me take Mr. Anderson.
Richard Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Mr. Hogan. Like to administer the oath? I would, yes. Okay. Could you come on with this, or? And I'll just, John, you can stay right here. Eileen, would you like to hold the line?
I would.
Okay, why don't you stand right there? Okay. Put your left hand on the table, Father, raise your right hand, and Mr. Hogan.
I, John Anderson,
I have to repeat all this. I, John Anderson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of
all offices the duty of
council member of the City of New Brunswick
councilman of the City of New Brunswick
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So
ability.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Councilman Anderson. Thank you to Surrogate Hoagland. Appreciate that. We'll now do Council Member Suzanne Ludwig.
I state your name.
I, Suzanne Sikora Ludwig,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and that I will bear
true faith and allegiance
true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people.
of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office
of the office of
council member
council member
of the City of New
of the
Brunswick
City of New Brunswick,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We now have Council Member Glenn Fleming.
Hold the Bible. Can I place your left hand on the Bible? Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Glenn Fleming,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and that I will bear
true faith
true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people.
of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office
of the office of
council member
of
the City of New
the
Brunswick
City of New Brunswick,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And for chairperson, can I get a nomination, please?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Councilmember Egan.
That's it?
Council Vice President Egan.
What's the president?
President.
Council President, I'm sorry.
This is
Yeah,
the,
don't pick him up.
there's still time. Okay, now have a chairperson call for nomination for council president, please.
I will, I'd like to solicit the council for nomination for council president for the 2017-2018 term. And we have a motion nomination.
I would like to nominate Councilmember Glenn Fleming.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Fleming.
Sure, yes.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Egan.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
Raise your right hand. I
I,
state your name.
Glenn Fleming,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I will support.
that I will support
The
the
Constitution.
Constitution
Of the United States.
of the United States
And the Constitution.
and the Constitution
Of the State of New Jersey.
of the State of New Jersey,
And that I will bear.
and I will bear
True faith.
true faith and allegiance
To the same.
to the same
And to the government.
and to the governments
Established.
established
In the United States.
in the United States
And in this state.
and in this state
Under the authority.
under the authority
Of the people.
of the people.
I do further.
I do further
Solemnly swear.
solemnly swear
That I will faithfully.
that I will faithfully,
Impartially.
impartially,
And justly.
and justly
Perform all the duties.
perform all the duties
Of the office of.
of the office of
Council President.
Council President
Of the City of New Brunswick.
of the City of New Brunswick,
According to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Mr. Anderson?
Please,
Got a nomination?
No, we didn't do that.
I'd like to nominate John Harrison for the office of vice president.
Second.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes,
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Fleming.
Yes.
I
I, John Anderson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and that I will bear
true faith and allegiance
true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people.
of the people.
I do
I do further
solemnly swear
that
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
all the duties
of
the office of Council Vice President
Council Vice President
of the City of New Brunswick
of the City of New Brunswick
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'm going to invite, before we open up officially, I'm going to invite our new council member, Suzanne. If you want to thank your supporters, I'm not actually making nothing formal. She gave me that look. I'm going to welcome you to thank your supporter, anybody, just to share a few words.
I do just want to thank everybody for being here and for your support throughout the election and all your guidance and help throughout the whole process. I'm looking forward to working with everybody and joining the community with the politics that we provide you and the services that the city does for everybody. And again, just thank you very much.
Now we're going to invite our new council vice president, John Anderson, to say a few words and whatever you want to say. The floor is yours.
I'd just like to thank everyone for the re-election, also the support of the city council and the administration and all the people in the city of New Brunswick and all those who work for the city of New Brunswick. So thank you all.
And I just want to thank everybody. This is my second, everybody in this election, this is myself and John's re-election, and Suzanne, she was our running mate. And tonight, you know, sometimes a lot of people, we don't thank a lot of our predecessors, but tonight is a night of change. You know, all across America right now, the first couple of weeks, there's been reorganization meetings. In the reorganization meetings, there's been changes in a lot of places. Tonight, we make a change, but it's not the type of change where we go from Democrat to Republican to Democrat. We're on the same team. So the type of change that we're going through tonight is sort of like a relay race. Like we're all trying to get to the same place, but each one of us has taken the baton, and then we hand the baton to the next person. We run our best, and then we pass it to the next person before they get burned out. And that's what the type of change that we're making tonight. It started off when I got on the council, real briefly. When I got on the council, it was Bob Racine was the president, and he advanced that baton. We did a lot of good things under him. We advanced quality of life issues. We did different things under John. Then John passed it to Rebecca. Rebecca brought something new to the council. She brought a passion, and she brought a passion to the council, and she brought a bilingual thing because we didn't have that. Well, we had it through Blanquita, but Rebecca, she brought it where she was able to speak to some of our residents and then relay it back to us. And that was a new thing that we did. Then Rebecca passed it on. Under Rebecca, we passed the, not wage cut, what was the one? Oh, the anti-fracking. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Then she passed the baton to Kevin. Kevin brought what we call passion. Kevin brought a lot of passion. He did. I mean, you can't tell nobody, I mean, everybody has a different style. That's just like on a relay team. Everybody has a different style. Kevin brought his passion. You can't tell me there's nobody that doesn't love this city like him and the rest of us. And Kevin brought, under Kevin's tutelage, we brought into the wage step ordinance, and we did a lot of things. Kevin's thing when he first came on was litter, and it seems simple at first. We say, okay, litter, but that's a quality of life issue. Now, Kevin has passed the baton on to me. You know, we didn't have any infighting and stuff like that. He's passed it on to me, and you know, right now, just like a relay team, I know that right in front, the relay team is telling you, take this baton and run. But in the back of their minds, they're saying, don't drop the baton, just like everybody else does. And I'm promising you tonight that I don't know what we're facing, what kind of hurdles we're trying to do, what type of challenges, but I'm going to take the baton and run and try not to drop it. And I'm going to try to do my best. Thank you very much. All right. All right. We got to do the approval of minutes. Call to order. I'm sorry. I've done this before. We're going to call the meeting to order. Can we take the roll, bro? Please take the roll.
Yep. Council Vice President Anderson.
Here.
Councilmember Egan.
Here.
Councilmember Escobar.
Here.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Here.
Council President Fleming.
Here. All right. Now we're going to open public meetings. Let me see Kevin is leaving.
She's right there.
I'm sorry.
She'll be right up there.
Underneath that.
Underneath the quote, right here.
It's there.
We're learning. Okay. She's done this before.
Right there.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for making the nicest meeting. All right. We already had. Okay. Please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act has been complied with and satisfied in the annual notice, which gave sufficient notice in the time and place and conduct of all public meetings of the Municipal Council of the City of New Brunswick, has been filed with the City Clerk and has been placed on the appropriate bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper of the City of New Brunswick, namely the Home News. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're just going to continue rising for a moment of silence for those that are defending freedom around the world, foreign and domestic, and those that continue to defend freedom and those that give them their lives for freedom and justice. Thank Thank you. All right, now we go to minutes, sir.
Mr. Council President,
Yes, sir.
I believe the clerk is asking that the minutes be deferred to the next meeting as far as the
Okay.
approval stuff.
All right, so we've already done reorganization. We have ordinance on, we have nothing on second reading, correct?
Correct.
Nothing on first reading.
Correct.
All right, so we can go to the resolutions.
Consent agenda, yes.
Consent agenda, all right, we're gonna go to the resolutions, all right, so we gotta, so we just go right there. all right?
You've already read them.
Okay.
Mr. Regan read them, you just need to.
Oh, anybody from the public? Okay, got a little quiet.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little different this meeting.
Yes, it is, it is. All right, we're going with the resolutions. Does anybody from the public have anything to say on the resolutions? Please step forward.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Council President. Congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
Wish you well. And wish everybody a happy new year. Congratulations to the new member as well. There were a few items I wanted to comment on and ask about, the first being number 3. As I've stated before, the Housing Authority is in a lot of trouble right now. It's not just the corruption that's the problem there. They've just been suffering from a lot less funding coming from the federal government, unfortunately. And I think that Ms. Escobar has experience with that agency, and I was pleased that she attended some of their meetings last year, and I would just encourage her to be even more vigilant with that agency. I raised some concerns at your last meeting about that agency regarding their compliance with the Open Public Records Act, and unfortunately, the situation has gotten worse. They have not had...
Can we say that public, we're going with the designations right now. We're just trying to stick with you were speaking on her behalf, right?
Yeah,
I know, we were gonna
I was
say
just
that
making a
for-
constructive suggestion for how best
But this is-
to approach this
I don't
in
mean that, I'm not trying to
2017.
interrupt you, but this is for the designation of the boards. During the open comments, you can feel free to, I
Okay.
mean, are you speaking in favor of her designation, or are you speaking?
As a matter of fact, I am, and I'd like to request, would she be willing to meet with me one-on-one to discuss these things, so I don't have to, take up your time here in this public meeting? Could we meet one-on-one and talk about the Housing Authority?
I never had an issue of meeting with you, Mr. Crowder, when you asked me for something, so that'll be fine.
Great, thank you. I'll follow up. Next would be the Bank Depositories and Cash Management Plan, that's number 7. Can you tell me, is New Millennium Bank among them?
Somebody,
Okay.
Mr. Pettit, I don't see. Oh, I see, okay.
New Millennium is listed, as well as other banks. Most of the banks in the city of New Brunswick giving the option to be able to use all the banks, not necessarily, we don't necessarily have money at all the banks listed, but it's the ability to be able to use any of those banks.
Gotcha. Just for the record, is Mr. Shammy still on the board of New Millennium Bank?
Not for many, many years, Mr. Cradible.
Okay.
Can we go for the-
Nothing to do with the bank other than being a customer.
Okay.
Can we go for the chair?
I can tell you, it's deposit, you only deposits. Withdrawal.
Next item, number 8, the interest rate on delinquent taxes and water sewer charges. Can you just tell me what is the rate?
Yes.
I believe it's over $1,500 is 18%.
Okay. And is that a change from the year before, from 2016?
No?
Council President, it's not. It's by statute allowed to be the set interest rate.
Okay. And I guess we have some questions about the boards and commissions, specifically the ones that haven't met. Is it true the Construction Board of Appeals has not met in years?
I'm not sure. The Board of Construction and Appeals.
That particular board meets based upon an as-needed basis, but I couldn't tell you when the last time they met, and you have to check that through the clerk's office or through inspections.
Okay, fair enough. Can you tell me who Mr. Ovando is replacing of the existing members?
This one was under, which one?
23.
23.
I know there's 3 members on it. Mr. Valenti is one of them, but perhaps he knows who's leaving the board.
Somebody want to field that, Mr. Glenn?
I don't think Mr. Valenti's here, Mr. Council President. I didn't see him.
Yeah, he's not here. So anybody else can field that? Who's he replacing? Who's,
We'll have to get him that.
we'll get you that.
Okay, so I just want to follow up, so somebody will contact me with that information?
Yes.
The clerk's office do that for you, Mr. Crowder.
Great, thank you. The Cable Television Citizens Advisory Committee, has that, is it true they haven't had any meetings in years?
You're probably right, they probably have not, with that also.
Okay, could perhaps Ms. Bradshaw, who I know is a member of that committee, could she explain why they haven't had any meetings?
I don't know if she wants to field that. Yeah, she's here. You like to field that.
That's another board that meets as needed, but we did not have any meetings last year. We just did not convene.
So they don't meet, just to meet, like they don't have to set this.
They don't have a set schedule, no. That's another one that meets on an as-needed basis.
And what is the mission of that entity?
Right.
Well, when it was started, it was my understanding that that board had to do with helping to negotiate rates for cable providers in the city of New Brunswick. That is not, things have changed quite a bit, so hopefully what we will do is meet this year to talk about what we can do as a board, if we need to renew our goal, or what we want to do at that point in a public setting.
And forgive me, I'm not a cable customer. Is the city making use of its channel on the cable network? Or-
No, we're not.
And, I mean, is there a reason why not? Other towns use theirs. Is there some holdup? I know I've asked about this before
I know,
over
we've
the
had
course
that,
of
or
years.
we'll take that under advisement.
Well, you could understand, what's the holdup?
But, is there a holdup, or we just?
There's a holdup. No, he's not wrong. It's a large project to get the network back up and running. We need to create new content for it. The software is large. We did lay out some money for new software over a year ago. It is still something that we have to get up and going. It's a matter of making time for it. It's a matter of getting it to a point where we want it to be. We do still want to get it up and running. It is just not there yet.
Well, respectfully suggest that having a meeting would be a good start. And I think that body is unfortunately among several of the boards and commissions that have been really not functioning, not active. And so I hope that the folks appointed have meetings and do the work to fulfill the mission. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take that under advisement. Anybody else on the resolution? Anybody else? Seeing none?
Move the resolution.
Second.
Council Vice President Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Fleming.
Yes. Okay, now we're gonna move on to, that's the resolution. Move on to public discussion. Okay, we're gonna move on to public discussion. If anybody from the public would like to address the council, please step forward, and reminder that we have 5 minutes.
Hi, happy New Year's, everyone. My name is Danielle Moore, 188 Rockwood Street. I'm here to get a few updates from the council today. One, next, where I know it's been over a year now, where I wonder, has the city met with the county about the lights on Livingston Avenue to be replaced?
We met with the city manager.
There's an ongoing development of a reconstruction of Livingston Avenue. Glenn is very active in the discussions with the county. I think the county has gone out with an engineer to redesign Livingston to quiet it down. I believe it includes a reconstruction of all the intersections along the way.
Okay, thank you. And then also I would like to ask the council, did you speak up to Board of Education about their property on Lee Avenue due to where I showed you pictures of due to where their sidewalks is in very, very poor condition. And I said that due to where I had mentioned that a child had fell there. Has the city spoke up to the Board of Education?
You brought that matter to our attention, I think, right before the school year, and we got some response from them on the Livingston school side. I'm not familiar with the most recent concern.
Well, that's actually on the other side now. That's the side between Comstock and
Okay. If you give me the location again after the meeting, I will make sure someone calls over there.
But okay, like I said, the worst, that's between Sanford and Delavan.
Okay?
And then one more update as far as Lee Avenue, Comstock and Delavan. I know it's been over a year about where the city has approved for the new lighting system to be there, but then I did speak at the traffic authority meeting, which I also will speak again. That was where it seems to be that what was supposed to be done, it was a bad investment and you're supposed to be changing, looking forward to what are you gonna do with Lee Avenue? Due to, for example, all the new lighting system, for example, due to where it was put on Joyce Comer Avenue, due to where I was told they're all out of service, and due to where I was explained it's not a good investment, so could you give me an idea? That was the same thing that was supposed to be done on Lee Avenue, so has anyone discussed what are you going to replace there, or are you going to put there?
So have we discussed what we're going to put on?
Richard, can you address that?
The engineering department is reviewing that now. We are looking at completing the contract for the placement of the lights at the crosswalks, or looking at an alternate method. And the decision has not been made yet, and that will be brought to management at that point.
Well, actually, I'm not just talking about where I believe you just said you're looking at another contractor or company.
No, we're looking at we're looking at whether or not we are going to install the lights in the street, or whether we're going to go to another method of providing the placement of the crosswalks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public like to step forward? Reminder, we have 5 minutes.
Good evening once again, members of the council. Charles Cradaville, I'm from New Brunswick. I'm the editor of New Brunswick Today. Appreciate the opportunity to address you. Have to just confirm some things first. There's 2 DPW employees that are still suspended without pay on theft by as a result of their theft by extortion charges they're facing. Is that correct?
Has that changed?
Nothing has changed since the last meeting.
It's last Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Del Walker's still suspended.
Yes, since whatever the status was last Thursday, it was the same status today.
Okay, and the 2 water utilities still suspended on the official misconduct charges. I want to ask about the former water treatment plant operator, Edward O'Rourke. He was sentenced to 3 years in jail for public corruption, state prison he was supposed to go to, and he got out after just 9 months on parole. I wanted to ask your opinion if you think, given what he did, the gravity of the situation he was responsible for, do you think that's fair or just for the man who endangered all those people by not telling us about the problems with the water?
My opinion, what the justice system does, there's a lot of things I may or may not like with the justice system, but that's the system that we have, and it's up to the people who are in charge of judging it. I try not to stay in judgment of another person. So, I mean, if you think it wasn't sufficient, I mean, maybe you should write to the people who made that decision. But I don't pass judgment once the system he's going through the system.
Thank you for your honest answer. Before I move on, are there any other employees suspended besides the 5 that I mentioned here?
No.
Okay, and I apologize, I did not give Mr. Laughlin a cheat sheet, but I am going to ask the questions I asked last time I was not able to get answers to. I hope that they can be answered today. So is it true that in 2013 a New Brunswick police officer was suspended for 135 days for a truthfulness violation, specifically providing false information during an internal affairs investigation?
I don't know the answer to that. I can tell you that there were a number of employees suspended in 2013, but I don't know the details like Mr. Cradle seems to know the details.
Can you forward?
But I think maybe the police department can speak to the actual violation, if you will, or the actual disciplinary matter.
Could we hear from the department?
Excuse me?
Could the
If
police
we,
department speak?
I mean, is that a personnel? Is that
To
a
the
person?
extent it's a personnel matter involving disciplinary proceedings, it's not something that we discuss at a public meeting.
I mean, I think we've gone through before. Like, if it's a personnel matter, it's a private matter, so people, right? So,
Right, we're only permitted to say if an individual
Whether
is
they are or
suspended
not.
terminated, brought up on charges. The details of the charges are personnel in nature.
yes, Captain Miller.
I can't recall off the top of my head what happened in 2013, but But if there was a suspension to the degree that Mr. Crowder was talking about, any suspension over 10 days is posted on the website publicly. If he wants to email me the information, that stuff over 10 days is made public. I'll get him that information, but I can't recall what happened in 2013 off the top of my head.
Okay, I think it's a little bit concerning that folks don't know the specifics of a person being suspended for this long of a time. 135 days is significant. And I asked this question at the last meeting, now I'm asking again, there's still not a clear answer on this. My source is the city website. I did look at the Internal Affairs Review reports, and it says that an officer was suspended for 135 days for these reasons. And my next question is pretty obvious. Who?
You said who?
Who? Yeah, who was it that was suspended for 135 days?
I don't know. Is that a person?
That's personnel.
That's a personnel matter.
That's not a public record.
Okay, but didn't you guys just tell me the names of people who were suspended? In my previous line of questioning, we talked about Del Walker being suspended. Why?
I mean, yes.
The police department is under the Attorney General guidelines, which has different criteria for releasing information. We don't have to release the name under the Attorney General guidelines for that suspension. It is a personnel issue.
True. Okay, but the business administrator is not bound by those guidelines, is that correct?
No, but the city is. The city's bound
So-
by the guidelines, the Attorney General's guidelines. The city can't release anything that the Attorney General's guidelines says you can't.
So I just want to be clear, the two gentlemen who were charged with theft by extortion, the city put their names out there, they put it on the website, they put out a press
So
release.
one is a cop, and you asked about a police officer.
Right, I'm
and the other
saying
two were-
police officers are entitled to not have their names put out there, even when they're suspended for 135 days. All the other city employees are judged by a different set of rules, is that correct?
We can make up the rules, Mr. Council.
Thank you, that's a state law, correct? That's under state law.
So it's the city's intention to keep it a secret, the identity of the
No, it's
officer
the
who was
city's intention
suspended
to follow state
135
law. It's
days.
the city's intention to follow state law
That's
and the
correct.
Attorney General's guidelines.
Okay, so it would be wrong for you guys to say the name of that person.
No, it would be a violation of state law and the Attorney General's guidelines to release that person's name.
What is the state law in question?
We just repeated, we just repeated what it was.
Well,
Captain Miller can repeat that again.
It's not a state law, it's Attorney General.
Attorney General
It's not a
guidelines,
state
excuse
law,
me.
so
Excuse me.
that was inaccurate.
Okay, I
what was
stand
said.
corrected.
It's not a state law. The Attorney General guidelines do not affect what Mr. Laughlin can tell me. Is that correct? Mr. Laughlin has previously confirmed whether or not police have been suspended in the past. And I believe Mayor Cahill has made statements about officers being suspended and confirmed the suspensions. In fact, it just doesn't make sense that it should be a secret suspension.
I mean, you're framing it like a secret suspension, but I believe I'm going to defer to our attorney.
I believe Captain Miller is correct in that we can't disclose the name or the identity. I'll go back and look at the Attorney General guidelines myself. If there's a reason why we can, which I don't believe there is, then provide it to Mr. Crowder. We can request it formally, but we certainly don't want to violate any guidelines or regulations here at a public meeting and put the city at risk for disclosing personnel information.
So I just don't get it. I think police and firefighters and DPW workers and water utility employees and housing inspectors are all employees of the city, and they should all be subject to the same set of rules. And what it appears is that the city is citing the Attorney General guidelines as a way of shielding and protecting the officer who was suspended for 135 days, as well as the other officers suspended for 30 days. In August 2015, the officer suspended 27 days in September 2015. I don't understand why you put everybody else's name out there, all the other city workers who are suspended, but it's like a secret when it's a cop.
Well,
Is that fair?
No, I think that's the way that you filtered the information that you just heard.
What did I say?
I'm not going to repeat what you just said, but we gave you one side of it, but then you just gave us the other side on the way that you filtered the information, saying it's a secret, we're shielding them, we're covering them up. That's your opinion.
Well, I didn't use the term cover up, but you are shielding.
I know, but
you are.
But
I mean, that's effectively what just happened here.
Mr. Council,
I just asked you if it's fair, is my question. Do you think it's fair?
We'll take that, like, once a year. If that's the way that you wanted to filter the information, we just gave you what the guidelines were and how we felt. If you want to add those words in, feel free to.
Well, everything I said was truthful and it's based on information available on the city's website. So speaking of information that the city's putting out that's questionable, I have a document I'd like to share with all of you. May I approach there? So I have enough for the council members. This is statement issued by the mayor's office. I noticed the mayor is not here, but I believe representatives of his office are. This is regarding, of course, the search warrant that police obtained and used to seize property from the New Brunswick Today office. And you know, obviously there's a lot to be concerned about here, but the last sentence is the one I want to ask about. Can you please ask somebody from the mayor's office what the basis is for this claim here? And the final clause says, hopefully his tampering with this potential evidence, his meaning mine, my tampering with potential evidence does not compromise the investigation. Can you tell me what is the basis for that statement, saying that, claiming that I tampered with potential evidence?
Or New Brunswick. If anybody from the mayor's office wants to, but this was put out through the mayor's office through concerning this matter, and I don't know if they're obligated, but if they wanted to, or yes, no, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but.
Well,
Anyway.
I think that the press release was drafted as a result of, and I've never seen it, but I'm understood that it's online, the video of Mr. Cradaville with this water meter. So I don't know what he said on that particular video or what he was doing with the particular meter in the video. I haven't seen it. But if I had to surmise, I would say it had something to do with that conduct or what was stated. But I didn't see it, and I'm not going to profess I did.
Just 5 minutes.
I'm just concerned with the folks who offered this.
I'm going to grant you 20 more seconds to wrap up.
Thank you, sir. I'll finish up by just saying that at New Brunswick Today, we're very concerned with accuracy and spreading true information. And I'm concerned if the mayor's office is putting out statements that are false. And I am just curious what their basis was for this. There's someone here who authored this, I believe, Jennifer Bradshaw. Can you ask her if the mayor approved it?
I mean, if you want to reach out to her afterwards, one thing we want to make clear, I think we made it clear before, that the mayor doesn't attend these meetings because this is not a mayor's meeting. This is a city council meeting, and we're two separate entities. And if you want to reach out to them during the time, you know, if you want to reach out to them during that time, you feel free to do it. And I'll encourage them to reach back to you.
Okay, well,
Thank you very much.
Took time out of my day to come. There's a representative here for just this reason. If
I
she
grant-
cannot
Mr.
explain,
Granville,
if she can't explain why, I
Mr. Granville,
think you should
I
be,
dare to say
I think
this.
you should be concerned if the
Mr.
mayor's
Granville,
office
I granted
is
you-
not
I
willing
granted
to
you extra
defend
time.
their statements. That's all.
Okay.
You should
Thank
be
you.
concerned. I'm sharing this
Thank
with you
you.
because I want to help.
Thank you. I'll take that under advisement. That'll get the attention that it deserves.
Tamel Pittman, Seymour Street, congratulations on your appointment. Hope you do a great job. And hope all of you guys, you know, get promotion. Hope you guys do a great job. It's been 99 days now. No one from the mayor's office even reached out to Miss Audrey Pittman yet. And I gave you guys the opportunity. I even gave you guys a break before the Christmas holiday and then the New Year's holiday. I took off deliberately. You guys going to the holiday with a good spirit. But within that time, did anyone decide to listen to the audio from the police, which I keep requesting that, hoping you would take your own initiative to listen to the audio of the police and his demeanor dealing with Ms. Pittman during September? Did you guys take the initiative to listen to the audio?
No.
Because that's the disturbing part. And my problem is, and I know for a fact that if this was a 7-year-old, this is a problem. You know, she contacted the mayor's office with concern because she felt like this officer was trying to bait her into a physical altercation and she's 70. And it went on deaf ears with the mayor, with you guys, with the police department, all on deaf ears. I know for a fact that if a 70-year-old, now this is a lady who was a lifelong resident of New Brunswick, who got disrespected by the police officers. But here it is, if a Caucasian woman in her 70s called and complained about the sanitation, that they put a garbage can in the wrong place, you guys would be up in arms. Calling the sanitation department, complaining, you know, reaching out to brother-in-laws and making a big issue. But here's a lady who was almost baited into a physical altercation in her 70s and it fell on deaf ears. I have a major issue with that. At the end of the day, you guys end up showing your true colors. You know, my family is just as dear to me as you guys are. I take my family just as serious and sincere. And somebody 7 years being disrespected, I'm not gonna let time pass along. You guys are hoping that I eventually fade out by not asking a question of your concern about the situation, but I'm not. It's been 99 days. And for that to linger on and you guys not even say, well, listen, let me shut Tormel Pittman up. He's always coming down here and he's always talking crap. Let me listen. And then I can listen to the audio and say, well, hold up, those cops weren't disrespectful. They weren't disrespectful. He's making this up. At least turn me into a liar. That's all I ask. Just turn me into a liar.
I just want to add, Mr. Pittman, I did not listen to the video, but we did, some of us reach out to the mayor's office immediately when you first stated that I'm going through that.
Right.
And we were informed that they had spoken to you on several occasions. So the mayor's office have been in touch with you.
No, it's the
They
mayor.
have spoken to, not the mayor, but the mayor's office has.
What are you talking about? Kevin Jones?
Kevin Jones has spoken to her several times, and I believe that at one point she said that she didn't authorize anybody to talk on her behalf. So.
No, she didn't say that.
This is the
Well,
information
listen,
that I gathered.
even
But
if
I
she-
just
hold
wanted
on.
to know that we did reach out. We did not listen, but maybe it's not to the video, but we did look into the matter. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. One, she didn't say that. But two, even if she did say that, that's my 7-year-old aunt, who 2 white officers disrespected her simply because she's black. So even if she said that, I'm gonna speak anyway. I'm gonna speak anyway. Because I know that 2 black officers, there's no record of 2 black officers disrespecting a 7-year-old Caucasian woman. And if so, speak now, forever hold your peace. So I'm gonna speak anyway, that's my aunt. That's not my mother, that's my grandfather's sister, baby sister. And she will not be disrespected while I'm breathing. So if wherever you concocted that story with, you can take it back to where it came from. Because I'm not going nowhere on this subject. Now I want to, I raised a few concerns last meeting about the situation with the Fuqua's house. And Dominic Quigliata, he spoke on behalf of the city. And when he spoke, some of the family members actually watched that council meeting and said to listen to the things that he was saying. And they gave me a lot of concerns. I didn't have time to comb through it, but I get to kind of the basis of what they were, some of their concerns was. And then the next council meeting, I'll be more fine-tuned and I can get you a little more directly. But from my knowledge, their house was condemned in February of 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Can we keep it? It's February 2013?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was condemned for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it 3 years? Or we don't have?
That's from the building department, but yes.
Approximately.
Approximately 3 years. My question is, why were they allowed to occupy the house after February of 2013, if it was condemned?
You have to ask the building department. I can't answer that. I'm just a board of that. That's all we do as part of our board of the properties. So like I said, after the second time, 2016, it was boarded up to keep people out. I can't answer why they were allowed in there. If they knew they were allowed in there, I can't answer that.
When we allowed, what do you mean, when we say allowed, was it known or was it, I mean, we know we've had,
Well,
I mean, no, one second, we've had situations where people have gone back into places after a place has been condemned.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying, whether or not, you know, if people, if the inspections had got a chance to re-shut it down and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not naive, I know it's probably buildings all over the city that's like that have been occupied after it has been shut down and things like that.
Legally?
What do you mean allowed though? What exactly, what do you mean allowed?
Legally?
Yeah.
It was
Legally allowed. It was illegally occupied?
It was legally, they were legally allowed.
Legally allowed to, after it was condemned?
Yes.
Okay. It's building?
I can't answer that. That's come from the building department. They're the ones that set that order from the from
I'm
February
trying-
2013.
I'm trying to get information
I'm
because
getting the information. That's what it is. It comes from the building department. The fire department can't condemn a building or tell anyone they can't live in there. That's come from the building department. That order's from the building department. Whatever happened from between February 2013 to 2016, I don't know, but after 2016, the house was vacated once again and we boarded it up so no one could get back in use. Okay. In that 3 years, I can't answer what happened.
Same, understand the same amount.
All right, question, real quick, because then I have none. All right, this is dealing with the Department of City. If a house is condemned, and you're no longer be allowed to, gets occupied, what was different from this time to now? Why aren't they allowed to occupy it further after, this year?
That's what we're gonna check, for real, we're gonna check that with the building, whether or not, with the building department, whether or not, because some people will say, okay, we was allowed to be in here, you know what I'm saying, and then we have places where people say they was allowed, but were they legally allowed to be in there? I'm not saying one way or the other. If we can get this information, we could all see, to answer the question.
Real quick, I have a quick question on this. And also, as far as the city, if you did condemn a house, board up a house in 2013, then why did the city collect property taxes from that family all those 3 years also?
I don't,
Just ask.
I don't think we boarded it up in 2013.
Yes, you did.
It's true.
So you still pay taxes?
You still pay taxes.
You still pay taxes on it?
Yes, as long as they're legal. I'm sorry.
There's a structure there on the property.
And they're still the legal home. They're still the.
Still a structure there.
It's still illegal?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, real quick, last question, and then let you go. I'm under the impression, I was notified that there was a situation that took place at the McDonald's on Route 27. There was a female that was unresponsive in the bathroom, and the city had to come and I guess revive the police were the first responders. Is anybody familiar with that situation?
I'm not sure. Was it a police release?
Yeah, police came in, seen a female.
Captain Miller, do you?
I'm not familiar with the dates and time.
Well, it's about 2 weeks ago, about two and a half weeks ago. I got word that a female, white female, was in the McDonald's bathroom on Route 27, and police responded to her. The police from the Brunswick, on the other side of the Brunswick, had to come to the McDonald's, and this is what, this is all hearsay. I just want to get clarification on if it actually happened. But the police had to come from across town to the other side of New Brunswick to that McDonald's on Route 27 for about, probably, I don't know, about maybe 8 to 10 minutes to get to the, and the issue, if this truly happened, it's documented if it truly happened, there were 2 police officers directly across the street from her who heard the call and didn't respond to that call. They were at Guarantee Motors working a side job and failed to respond to the young lady, which she could have died. And
can we, as a side, we can get the information, because it will be on dispatch.
I'll look into it.
Okay, and when you look into
I'll
it.
email the council and I'll try to call Mr. Bennett.
Yeah, please. Yeah, like you always do.
Side job or they were on duty?
Well, they were quote unquote side job on duty. I guess they were
Off duty, doing a side job.
Off duty, yeah, working. They had the police, uniform and police.
Were they doing security? Were they we'll get the information.
Okay,
and we'll work on it.
when you fought the investigation, the 2 officers who failed to respond. Yeah, when you get the information, the 2 officers who allegedly failed to respond was Captain Vincent Sabo and Captain J.T. Miller.
Allegedly.
Okay. They were the 2 that failed to respond. So we get the information. Please let us know if that was.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Anybody else from the public? Seeing none?
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Council Vice President Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar. Yes. Councilmember Egan. Councilmember Socorro Ludwig. Yes. Council President Fleming.
Yes.